Our founders did not want to have, again, how can I say this? It'll sound like I'm awful about Trump because...
Welcome to Red Pilled Nation, where we celebrate common sense with a daily dose of the truth. You'll never guess what Nancy Pelosi just said in her recent interview with CNN's Alex Michelson. And if you like our content, please give this video a like, a share, and also make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Your support sure does mean a lot.
I mean, as somebody who reveres the House of Representatives itself, I mean, more than just about anybody, how does it make you feel to see what's happening in the House right now?
Our founders did not want to have, again, how can I say this? It'll sound like I'm awful about Trump because he's just a vile creature. The worst thing on the face of the earth. But anyway.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
I do, yeah. I do. Because he's the president of the United States and he does not honor the Constitution of the United States. In fact, he's turned the Supreme Court into a rogue court. He's abolished the House of Representatives. He's chilled the press. He's scared people who are in our country legally, but making them smashing into their cars and the rest. Now, I don't have to really funny to go into that, but that's a whole other story.
But does that not inspire you to want to stay and keep fighting?
I want to win big tomorrow night. That's my goal.
If Prop 50...
Now let's see what Trump deranged, old crazy Nancy, had to say. Now, it is understandable that some Americans, influenced by a relentlessly negative media campaign, may feel a sense of unease, but the idea that President Trump is abolishing the House of Representatives or that he is the worst thing on the face of the earth simply does not align with the reality of a president who has consistently worked to restore constitutional governance and honor the will of the American people. The president's focus on deregulation, judicial appointments, and border security are all executed within his constitutional authority. His use of executive power is a necessary counter to years of deep state overreach and activist judicial rulings, and they're allowed to challenge him and commence legal proceedings. This shows that the system is intact and not being dismantled or ignored by President Trump. The complaint that the president has chilled the press is nothing more than his critics expressing frustration that they can no longer maintain their unchecked power to shape narratives. President Trump is simply demanding honesty and fairness from outlets that have consistently shown a profound liberal bias. And when he calls out fake news, he is not suppressing free speech. He is exercising his own right to free speech and allowing the American public to see the media's bias for themselves. This is not chilling the press. It is holding unaccountable corporate media accountable to the truth. The claim that the president is indiscriminately scaring people who are in our country legally is a tired smear designed to sow fear and division. Every person who is in the country legally, whether they are a permanent resident, a naturalized citizen, or here on a valid visa, has absolutely nothing to fear from President Trump or ICE. But the media and Democrats won't tell you that because it would make too much sense. Everyone should be acquainted with who's talking in this interview. Nancy Pelosi, who's been under fire for growing her wealth in the hundreds of millions while maintaining an approximately $200,000 a year salary as a congresswoman.
The president's position on the stock trading ban bill before Congress, he obviously had pretty loaded comments about Senator Hawley. There's some reporting that they've since spoken. What is his position on the current status of that bill?
The president has spoken to Senator Hawley, who called him, and the president took that call. As the president said in the Roosevelt Room yesterday, conceptually, he of course supports the idea of ensuring that members of Congress and United States senators who are here for public service cannot enrich themselves. And the reason that this idea to put a ban on stock trading for members of Congress is even a thing is because of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she is rightfully criticized because she makes, I think, $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of approximately $413 million. In 2024, Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio, this was a fascinating statistic to me, grew 70% in 1 year in 2024, and her portfolio outperformed every single large hedge fund in that same year, and even more than doubled the returns of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. So I think the president stands with the American people on this. He doesn't want to see people like Nancy Pelosi enriching themselves off of public service and ripping off their constituents in the process. As for the mechanics of the legislation and how it will move forward, the White House continues to be in discussions with our friends on Capitol Hill. Emily.
And regarding her vile creature comment, I don't recall Trump getting behind the agenda of irreversible, life-altering procedures on vulnerable, impressionable children who are still learning who they are in this world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.